So I had an entire plan today to make this a super detailed top 5, but we had some chaos with no internet earlier today and stuff. So
I heard.
Kind of watered down.
No excuses. You sound like Baker Mayfield.
Good
Come
Lord.
on, let's get the list.
This is the 5 best time zones to watch sports in.
What?
Oh, man.
There's only
Number 5.
What?
Hawaii time. Have you ever been in Hawaii and tried to watch sports?
Yes, I have.
It's terrible. The games are done by 1 o'clock. It's lunchtime only, and you cannot plan any night around a sporting event. It does not exist. That is the worst.
Well, the
time
only
to
good
watch.
thing is like Monday Night Football is like 3 in the afternoon.
Wait a
Like
second.
1 o'clock.
Wait a second. Hold
Are
on.
they 7 hours behind? Yeah.
This
I thought they
list-
were 5. Okay.
This list is the best time zones.
Yeah,
well, there's
Hawaii's
only
the worst.
We only have 4.
There's 5. if you
It
count
doesn't
Hawaii.
say best time zones in the United States.
By the way, I want to say this. Shout out to the Hawaii's Browns backers.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, I will be wearing a Browns backer Hawaii shirt tomorrow.
Wow.
No kidding.
Shout out to them. My
And
people
Did you get an
out there.
NIL deal?
And I love.
You trying to get an invite to Hawaii?
I was
aren't you?
watching Monday
Pro
Night
Bowl.
Football in the pool on my honeymoon.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's pretty. That's
Is
pretty
there a
cool.
more entitled complaint than complaining that that sports are hard to watch in Hawaii?
Yeah, that's
We're like,
right.
yeah,
I don't
know
feel
what
sorry
time
for
it
you.
is.
All right. I think they're going to probably get better as we move east. But what's number
Well,
4 on your list?
number 4 is the Eastern time zone. Games start way too late here. After living in Texas for 3 years, these 9 o'clock, 9:30 tips, the national championship tip at 9:43 Eastern time on a Monday. That's atrocious.
Yeah, I've always
Mike,
hated that.
You're 28 years old and you grew up in New Jersey. I mean, what? There's
Like-
not much of an adjustment here. It's not like you're
You know what it
50
is?
and have a
So-
wife and kid.
Well, but to your point, when my son lived in San Diego, he
Yeah.
used to say the same thing. He's like, what is going on with you guys in the East Coast and these late starts? But he grew up watching it that way his
Yeah.
whole life. But after he moved to California, he's like, this is unbelievable.
But why would you
that
put
game starts
Hawaii
at
last
6:30?
and then say the East Coast is
not a
because
perfect
the
system.
games are on at lunchtime in Hawaii. I'd rather plan my night around it than have to watch it while I'm trying to work. And also, Bull, I got to wake up at 6 o'clock to get all your graphics in, so I can't stay up till 1 in the morning to watch the games like you. You just walk in here and talk. I got to produce everything beforehand.
He never stops. He works 28 hours every day.
He could do
Go.
29.
You're right
Start
for
working
that.
Suck it
29.
up. Suck it up, stay up later.
Mikey, what's number 3?
Number 3, Pacific time zone. I think 1 and 2 are the real debate here. Pacific time zone, good, not great.
Yeah, I'm not nuts about like getting up at 9.
Yeah.
And then you're watching NFL games until I guess it would be 4.
I have a personal trauma with this because I worked out of Los Angeles for a long time and had to watch games out there starting at 10 o'clock. Watch Browns games at Browns backers
hard
bars
to tailgate.
during the worst of the Browns. I mean, I'm talking, I'm out there during
Yeah.
the Deshaun Kaiser days and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And you're there with a bunch of other miserable people from like Euclid because nobody just becomes a Browns fan. They're all from Cleveland. Nobody's just like, hey, I think I'll pick up the Browns.
Let me
when
sign
they're-
up for this.
Well,
So it's-
older people are because they were on TV in the 60s.
Yeah,
and
but
50s.
But
younger
they're
folks?
and they're
Yeah.
not at the bar called the Chimney Sweep with me at 10 a.m. though. Those people are at their places, and so we watch terrible football super early, and then you watch your team lose, and then you're drunk. You leave the place at like 12:30 p.m. on a Sunday. You're hammered. It's bright out, and you're like, what am I supposed to do with the rest of my day?
Yeah.
I'm already drunk. I can't just go to bed. It's too early.
day's
So what am
shot.
I supposed to do? You know what I mean? So it was just terrible. And you're sad and mad and stuff. I'd rather have it. I don't want to watch them that early.
Yeah, I think it's way too early too.
That's why it's 3.
Yeah. All right. What's next?
Number 2, mountain time.
Mountains the
Mountain
world. Who even knows?
What is,
who
like-
spends any time in the mountain?
What are there
Never.
like 2 states on Mountain Time?
No, it's the whole, kind of Midwest.
Idaho,
West area.
Not Midwest.
Montana,
Idaho,
Colorado?
Montana,
Dakota.
It's all
Nebraska,
these useless
Colorado.
states, like in the
Yeah.
They don't even watch sports out there.
No.
except for Colorado. It's
This
like,
isn't a question of how many people watch sports in each time zone. I'd just rather be able to watch a football game that starts
yeah.
a Sunday night that starts at 6:20 and is done by 10 o'clock.
I
and starts
still
at
vote for
8:30 and is
Hawaii.
done at midnight.
By the way, in Arizona, they don't change the clocks.
No.
That was a caveat. I almost
No.
put Arizona as that 5th time zone
Yeah.
because they
Mountain
operate
time's
in
just
their own
weird,
world.
though. It's always a mess when you find out something's starting at mountain time. You're like, I gotta do math
I don't
now.
think anything starts at Mountain Time.
No,
Like,
nothing's programmed for mountain time. It's
No.
all Eastern and Pacific.
But they're
Yeah,
like,
you're
just
right.
This is where it's gonna be, mountain time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
soon none of us are going to put the clocks back. We're going to stay on daylight savings time or standard
Mountain
time.
All right.
Yeah.
What's
We're
not
in standard time now, right?
We are, and
Yeah.
Congress has been. When do you have universal support for
Nothing.
anything?
Nothing.
That universally they're supporting this
How,
idea.
out of all the bills in the world,
Yeah, I know.
Congress, let's get on this daylight savings
Yep,
thing.
let's cut that out.
We
Yeah.
may make sure this is together.
Because that's what's holding this country back.
Y'all
Yeah.
clowns.
All right, and your number one
And
is
number one is
obviously-
Central Time.
Yeah.
I'm biased. I lived in Texas for 3.5 years, but this was the prime time to watch sports. Games ended early enough that it wasn't super late. They started at a reasonable time, and college football at noon is perfect.
Yeah, it used to be.
Yeah, but there's 11 a.m. games because there's noon games.
There's
Yeah,
noon
there's
games.
some
Well,
noon
it
kicks.
depends. A&M always kicked off at noon Central Time.
But you know what? Usually it's the cheesy ESPN 7 game, like Northwestern and Nebraska. They
Yeah,
put that
right.
at noon. You're like, who's
Yeah.
watching that? Nobody's watching that.
The primetime
Illinois,
games are 7
Minnesota.
instead of 8:30 though, so it gives you that extra buffer hour to have a game, finish, and then go get drunk after. It gives you
I
that
feel
extra
very
buffer.
blah about that list. I think
I
that
told
was-
you it wasn't my best. I admitted
I
from
think
the
it was
get-go.
the
We still
lamest
love
top 5
Brownstone,
list.
but
You did fine, Mikey.
Yeah,
It's
thanks, Mike.
nice that you tried. But the one
it did
other
suck.
the one other thing that sucks.
Does
Can
he
we
get
all
a
agree the
participation
the
medal?
London game sucks, especially you wake up in LA and the London game's going on at like 4 a.m. 2 days ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you wake. First of all, you forget that it's today.
Yeah. Mhm.
And then you look at your phone to set your fantasy lineup, and you're like, oh my God, my fantasy
Yes.
tight end is in
Right.
the third quarter.
And it's
I like it
Done.
because I like another window of football. I can't get enough NFL.
See, I'm done with that.
Yeah.
Really? Because
I dig it.
they have hijacked my Sundays. It starts at noon because you got to watch the pregame show. It starts at noon and it ends at midnight. Guys, that's 12 hours of a day.
You better
sound
get ready. We're going to start the fantasy football league here.
That
You got to
sound
be
like
prepared.
sound
Jay.
like going to church. You hijacked the whole day.
By the way, when I was at a hotel in Chicago the Sunday of Game 5 of the World Series. I was going to the game at Wrigley Field between obviously the Indians and the
I
Cubs.
was there.
Let's not talk about it.
Should
And-
have said hi.
And the Bengals were playing in England that morning, so I watched it in the hotel room that morning.
Ugh.
They started
and
like-
it always was the Bengals versus Jacksonville back in
I think
the
it was
day
a
or
really
something
good
like
game.
that.
I think it was, if I remember, it was the Bengals-Eagles that year, and I think it was like 37-34. It was a really
Doesn't
good game.
Jacksonville play in London
Every
like
year.
7 times?
They should
Yeah.
be there. It's like the Siberia of the NFL. They're like, if you're terrible, they send
we
you
need
out
a
there.
game. We
Yep.
need a game. It's in
You're going
London.
out to London.
Make Jacksonville make that.
Your
It's
next
like the
2
kid you
weeks are
always
screwed
make
up.
play right field in Little League.
Yes.
much.
And it's always a Jacksonville home game because what's the difference?
Yeah,
no one
right.
goes to
Yep.
the games in Jacksonville anyhow. Final
news.
Yes.
We just got our second official sponsor. Starts tomorrow.
You gotta love.
Yeah.
it.
They want G. Bush, by the way. This is gonna be their sponsoring What the Internet Says.
Oh, good.
Oh, look at that.
What's the
There you
company?
We're allowed to say yet?
PCC Airfoils.
I love airfoils.
We're gonna learn all about them.
Those are
They're-
my favorite foils. Those ones. Those airfoils.
I've always said if you're gonna go airfoil, you
gotta
go
go PCG.
PCC, yeah.
PCC,
Of course,
got
number
to.
one.
Number one in airfoils.
Yep.
You
We're
know
gonna
what it
find
is.
out all about them.
We got one more
Thank
break.
you for your service.
And then we're
we
gonna do
got
final
final
takes.
take.
Okay, one more
do it.
break and then final takes, and then we'll kiss this Tuesday show goodbye, and we'll get ready for a big Ryan Day show tomorrow. Coming right back after this.